Welcome.
First and goal. Mahomes swings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas City! Ready, down! Put.
Hello? You play to win the game. I don't want winners. I want people that want to win.
Well, if you're looking for winners, you're in the wrong place because all our teams lost. So, welcome in to the play call sheet. Oh man, I am Dale. We got Meta Watt in the house tonight. What's up, man?
Listen here, we at Monday. Hopefully, a great start to a new fresh week. No complaints. We're gonna have no complaints next week because bye week. Well, that man, all aesthetic man, being good, man. Hope all's good with you as well.
All good, man. All good. All right, Jake, what's going on, bro?
Not too much. Hey, you're right. We might have lost, but we had a little bit of excitement. We got to see our rookie quarterback. And next week, we got the abysmal Jaguars. We might sneak a win.
There we go. A little positivity moving forward. I like it. Jake.
Gotta try.
Man.
Your team ain't giving you nothing to be positive about, and your college team shits the bed, and you don't know. You just gotta go with what you got.
Yeah, Jake, man. Great
Double
game
whammy.
the other night. Great game the other night from both of those teams. Ohio State and Oregon. It lived up to what it should have lived up to. Two teams battling potentially for the number one spot. Though none of them was gonna get it this week with a victory anyway. Texas, held their ground in the Red River. But in all, it's mistakes like that, man, that you learn from. And hopefully that quarterback learned from that critical mistake the other night. It was a terrible way to win the game. But shout out to Oregon, man. Number 2 in the nation, highest ranking since 2004. I believe that's when Joey Harrington was making noise over there. So shout out to the Ducks.
Shout out to the Ducks. It was a good game. The only thing I'm mad about is, of course, the mistake that lost the game came from, Will Howard. And, Will had a cheeky little comment that it was going to be down to the quarterback. The better quarterback's going to end up obviously win the game. I think Will Howard played fine. He did okay. He just made a bonehead move at the end of the game. But because it's his fault that, we didn't get down and move on and try to get a field goal out the way, Will gets to be right about his stupid, cheeky little comment about Will Howard not being a better quarterback. But you know what? I surrender. He can be right for once. You got to let him be right every now and again.
Well, shout out to the man and William. He was absolutely right about that. And another thing this weekend, the Cowboys got slapped this weekend. He did say that on the parlay perspective that the Cowboys would get waxed. And the Cowboys did get waxed. Definitely a 30-point blowout at the crib. And I just want to speak quickly on it. I know Coach probably will come in later if he does and speak a little bit on it. But 4 straight games at the crib. We have not came to play. We've got blown out in some type of style. The Ravens game I count as a blowout too, even though we came back in the fourth quarter. Mentally, we're just backwards. This point last year was the opposite way. Undefeated at the crib, can't win on the road. This year is can't win at the crib, winning on the road. You can't put yourself in so many situations where you're the ultimate underdog, which the Cowboys are going to be underdogs probably for a lot of games for the rest of the season, right? Unless they turn it around. Obviously, the defense is not playing. We don't have some defenders, but that doesn't give an excuse for our terrible play. Home or away. It's a terrible sight to see. Poor Jerry Jones couldn't get a win on his birthday. And even if he couldn't get a win, to get blown out like that, man, terrible way to blow the candles off the birthday cake, man. Terrible display from our quarterback. Definitely our quarterback. On
Don't get me started on the damn quarterback now.
Yeah, he's starting to get to that 500 guy. He's kind of like, I guess he's like 500. That's what you can call him. I'm calling 50. Dak 50. That's what it is, man. Those
Dak
Lions play
50.
those Lions play great football. Shout out to the Lions as well. They came out there with the offense that people said they could have this year. And hey, I did say a little bit if the Lions did win, there'll be some guys that had great games. Overall, their team overall played a great game offensively and defensively, holding the Cowboys to 9 points. That's 3 field goals. Shout out to Brandon Aubrey. That's the MVP of all the games since I've been watching them play. And no more talking about the Cowboys. 2 minutes, they suck. Let's talk about the rest of this week 6.
Yeah, no, hold up, too. We did get a lot. We did get light collateral damage from that game. Aiden Hutchinson went out with a broken tibia, I believe, is what was reported. He's going to be out for 6 to 8 months, so his season is over.
You want to host the show here, Jake?
What did I do?
Yeah. Let's go, Dale. I know Dale got that on wax. Jake's active tonight. Shout out to Jake in the building.
We were talking about the game. I figured we were going to talk about the players of the game. My bad.
Hey,
all right. So let's start off with some Monday Night Football right now. We got the game 7-3. The Jets have the ball right now in the red zone. Just got a nice run from Breece Hall, 1st and goal. So right now the Bills are in control, 7-3. Just some stories kind of coming into this game. Cook, the running back for the Bills, is out with the toe injury, so he's not activated tonight. Also, you saw that Robert Saleh got fired, so they have a new coach in there. The defensive coordinator is now the head coach, interim coach, and the first thing he did was appoint Todd Downing to call plays on the offensive side for the Jets. So let's talk about this game. What do you expect to see from this game, the Bills versus the Jets here?
I expect to see what I just seen in the clip. For them to run the ball. You have a older guy in Rodgers who you kind of want to do that, but if you got guys in the back that potentially can do that, you got to let them go. You got to try to open that pass game up a little bit more. You have Garrett Wilson, but everybody else is kind of like, you got to acclimate them in the game. And the way they've done that hasn't been successful. So I think, honestly, tonight against Buffalo and their defense is kind of in the twitch, run the football. Try to get some easy plays down the field, man, with this guy who, if you make the game like that, we know that Aaron can be one of the most prestige people in that department. When the offense opens up, the run game looking good, it gives Aaron, a little bit more mobility, flexibility, and it makes him look a little better. Not when this guy's throwing 40, 50 balls a game. That's not.
I'm kind of with Tuke on that. Garrett Wilson hasn't been fully, acclimated to this offense for the start of the year, which is why you've been seeing Allen Lazard absolutely go off in fantasy because he's getting a lot of the catches, a lot of the yards, and a lot of the touchdowns. Breece Hall's kind of having a down year. Braylon Allen isn't everything that they thought that he was going to be as the backup for him. So they got to get the passing game going somewhere, and then when you open the passing game, like Tuke said, that opens up the run game. Defense is out on the field too much, so they're not showing up. But I'm sure in later news we're going to talk about a certain defensive player for the Jets, so I'm going to hold my tongue on it.
Okay. We're talking about the Monday Night Football game and kind of what we're expecting to see. So far, look like the Jets just scored a touchdown here, and it is now 7-9. Garrett Wilson got a 5-yard receiving touchdown.
How about that? And what we say about that, you run the football, and that opens up the easy lane now. Now you're uncomfortable now, and Aaron Rodgers, old or not, we've seen it. Where with that run game of his is opened up, it makes it so much easier for him to just do what he could do.
Whoever wins this game is in first in the East, right?
First in the East. Yep, this game is for first place in the AFC East. Shout out to Anthony in the building. Kevin Stefanski on the hot seat because of his coaching, or Watson making him lose the job. It's a little bit of both here, but it's not going to go to the player. It already is, but in the media sense, maybe not, because it's always the coach, man. They got a lot invested in this man Watson, and soon enough they'll be bugging at him too. Ultimately crazy, But in this situation here, Stefanski has no say. So if they fire him, man, then that's what it is. But
so let's talk about that, right? Right now, the Browns, they've converted a total of 19% of their third down passes this season. Third downs, converted 19% of third downs altogether, right? And so that leads everybody to believe, we need to make a quarterback change. And the coaches come out and said, Deshaun Watson gives us the best chance to win. He's our quarterback, right? And so my original thought was, this is from ownership. Ownership is making them say that. But let's rewind this thing, right? Deshaun Watson becomes available via trade, and the sexual stuff kind of gets pushed to the back burner a little bit. Things kind of get cleared up, and the Browns decide to make this trade. We don't think Stefanski was in the room saying, yeah, we need to do this. We need to do this. I want this guy.
I don't know why he would be.
What do you mean? This why wouldn't he be? Like this?
Because that's the type of pull like great coaches get, not regular coaches. No. What do you mean?
Any organization should consult their coach before making a move like that, right?
The GM is paid to do that job on his own. For a reason.
You think they do that in Dallas, man?
That
kills that argument right there.
What you're saying is what it probably should be, but it's not actually what happens. No.
And the only place that worked was New England because Bill was the GM and the coach.
But Dale, that's why that distinction is so great. That's why we revered Bill beyond just the winning. That's why he's revered, because he did both jobs, which very specifically in every other organization, for the most part, is two separate jobs. And the GM makes the decisions. He makes.
Do we forget who their franchise quarterback was before Watson got there?
15. But they had Baker though.
They had Baker. I heard Baker that they screwed over
twice,
and it has success elsewhere now. So they made that move on their own.
Yeah. But what I will say is this: all of this is kind of neither here nor there, because the real problem with the situation is, even if it's from the top saying Watson has to play, by default, Stefanski loses the locker room because he won't just ignore him and bench Watson. So no matter what he does, he's screwed. Even if everyone knows that it's the top making the decision, as a player, you want your coach to run through walls for you the same way the coach wants you to run through walls for them. And he's not running through no walls for them right now, because like not only is Watson bad, like he's entered that category that I talk about where like he's a risk to his teammates.
Yeah. So this is examples of him being bad, right? This is the QBR stat by ESPN, and he is last on this list. And I'm talking about behind Jacoby Brissett last. And I'm not even talking about barely. This is like 20-something points, right?
He's awful.
Man, he had 2 games of single-digit QBR rating. He was that bad.
Yeah, man. Like
I don't know.
Been terrible.
How do you face a locker room every day knowing that everyone in there knows? And here's the other problem. It's Jameis behind him, which they always say the backup quarterback is everybody's favorite guy. It is probably double or triple for a guy like Jameis, because Jameis is already a really likable guy to most teammates. And now he's sitting there and everyone's knowing, the last like major time we saw him, it was 30 touchdowns and 30 picks. But like, that's better than this. I promise.
100 times.
Right.
So, yeah, I think they're in a bad spot, and I think the players are not going to respond to Stefanski anymore if he's not going to sit there. He needs to go to the owner or the GM or whoever is making this decision.
We got to do something.
And that's the thing, though. Stefanski.
Now we got to do something. It's do something or I'm gone.
Yeah, but no matter what, Stefanski's in a lose-lose situation because he's trying to have job security by listening to the owners. But at the end of the day, they're just going to use him as a scapegoat and get rid of him at the end of the year and act like he was the reason for a bad season. But it was the quarterback. He's the scapegoat. That's the head coach. He's the scapegoat.
Yeah.
Well, listen, in my opinion, he was banging the table for Watson because, and that's why they went all in and they got him. And so if it's not working out with Watson, then yeah, both of y'all need to leave, in my opinion, if I'm the owner or whatever at that point, because like, you know, both of y'all are wasting my money. So
which I understand the stance.
Watson not going nowhere though.
The banging on the table for Watson, I haven't heard anything about that. That's not something that I ever heard.
No, it's not anything I heard. It's just what I'm thinking because they went in so hard to get him. I mean, the Saints were right there too, trying to get him too, and I'm pretty sure Dennis Allen was in on those conversations. And I kind of know a little bit more how the Saints organization run, and the head coach is part of the decision making process when you talk about obtaining players like that. So
even David Allen,
him,
even David Allen.
Wait, what?
Oh,
David Allen?
Not David Allen. Who's your coach right now?
Dennis Allen.
Dennis Allen. Yeah. Dennis Allen and is tied to Derek Carr. Yes, like that's his guy. He went out and got him. That's the way I think of it. Yes.
Wait, no. See, think of it as, or is that what happened? Like,
I don't work in the front office. I don't have first-hand account of this. But
because
you know,
when it was Sean Payton, then yeah, I understand that. But he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys who gets to do that. Not every coach gets that, and definitely not every franchise does it.
But I listened to the GM. The GM says yes, the coach is part of that selection process.
And I think, like I said, idealistically, yes, that should be how it's done. And when GMs do it that way, I think they're probably going to be more successful.
Yeah, our GM came from more of the financial side of things anyway.
Right. So he's like, I'm just worried about cap. You worry about people.
Yeah.
You worry about players. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but now Stefanski came out to say that any football related decisions is solely his.
On the team, but that's
got to do with bench and Watson. That's what the question is. Should we bench Watson? And that's what everybody's saying. You should bench Watson. And the stats are saying you should bench Watson. And the coach is saying he gives them the best chance to win.
Which everyone knows that he's lying, and that's what I'm saying. He's going to lose the locker room. So he'll be gone soon. And they got to find a way to get out of that Watson contract. I don't know how, but.
Well, they started trying to, right, with the latest allegations that came forward, how they activated something on his contract, so the guarantees will go away if something comes to surface of these allegations. So, yeah.
Man, listen, the allegations, regardless if they stick or not, Cleveland needs to rock for this. Nobody should help them out. Let them make the decision of when to not play Watson, which they are, and get his ass out of there. They deserve every single part of this. And not you can say, oh, because it's Baker Mayfield that they did dirty, all that. This is fucking Cleveland, man, to a T here. All this going on is Cleveland to a T. And however you want to take that, Cleveland, I'm sorry, man, but this is kind of the dice you roll.
Cleveland gonna Cleveland, man.
The sour apple.
Browns suck.
Stolen crab legs and Winston's locker. Like it's like this. Like and the type of people Cleveland are. This is probably the reason why Patrick. Shout out to you, P Dollar. Why Winston's not playing? They probably still mad that this man stole some crab legs when he was in college. Listen here. But what college student ain't trying to come up at the cafeteria or a restaurant or something? Come on, dog. Like,
nah, man. Nah. So that story, you know, somebody told him he can go do that, and he went and did it.
yeah. Through for him. I was looking at
Coach is over here with the music system on. You know what I'm saying? We'll give him back in a second.
To 172 if they cut him before June 1st, or 118 million if he's cut after June 1st. And they said that the $118 million cap is doable. Pretty much from because you won't be able to fill a competitive team with that big of a cap hit.
Yeah.
But you can eat it in 1 year and move on.
Yeah, that's
if you cut him though. Because remember, he's got a no trade clause.
Yeah. They're gonna try to wait, I think, until they can get the guarantees back and be able to cut him. That's what I think they're gonna try to do.
I assure you, if a trade arises, he will waive that clause because they hate him there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
first trip out.
The clause is just to direct where you want to go.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So if he's traded pre-June 1st, it's only an $80 million cap hit. I say only like it's nothing. If he's traded now after June 1st, it's 26.9 million.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but who's going to eat the rest of that contract?
Right. Nobody's going to want to trade for that contract. That's the problem.
Enter the Las Vegas Raiders.
I mean, why would they want to pay for that contract?
Because they're the Raiders.
I was going to say the Giants.
They got to be insane to want to pay for that contract. Insane.
No, John's going to be able to get somebody like Fedor or yours.
Yeah. They're going to have their pick.
I'd rather go with a cheap unknown than an expensive unknown.
Yes, exactly.
No, I'm just saying, the Raiders are going to start fucking, what's his name?
Aiden O'Connell.
Aiden O'Connell this week?
Aiden O'Connell.
Look. Somebody
That's when it started Sunday.
Somebody will believe he just needs to change the scenery. They shouldn't have given him that much money. It was too much pressure. We can get him back to what he was. Somebody will believe that shit.
The dice was rolled too crazy. Will, it's crazy that they were literally just a draft pick away from being probably out this situation. Because any of the QBs that were drafted this year so far are like, all right, cool. This obviously they got to develop, but you're kind of like, this could be a stepping stone for them. A whole new year now, and I gotta wait possibly to go get one of these guys next year. And this is what it's coming down to. You got Antonio Pierce, who doesn't have to say so. You just go out there and coach and look good, and they're the Vegas coach anyway. Al Davis and them got you anyway, at least for this year. He'll be there next year, I feel. I don't think he's gonna lose his job. But this is what the Raiders chose when. This is not the Raiders. This is what happened when the Raiders did not get that QB in the draft because they couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there was a division foe before them drafting. They needed something. They got it. So all this here, man, is just hopefully, unless you lose just all your star players like Crosby and Adams and all this and that, you already lost Jacobs last year, then you're concerned for that. But overall, this is the start of the new nest for the Raiders, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It was kind of a shame, but I guess to be expected. All of the Steelers fans that were there at the game yesterday,
they travel well.
They travel real well.
Scored,
they travel well.
Yeah. They do. But they really took over their stadium for real.
That Vegas stadium is so beautiful too, man.
Yeah,
it is.
It's also Vegas. It's like being at a Lakers game. Like, it's not real sports fans. Totally, like it's an event.
Okay, so this is one of the shows on the strip.
Oh no,
yeah. Like, how could it not be for at least a quarter of the crowd, right? Like, not everybody. There's going to be a lot of fans there, but just by default, there's going to be a lot of people from that area who that's the venue. That's one of the things we go to.
Of course.
If you're somebody in Vegas.
This picture waking up in a hotel to seeing that big ass stadium right there.
That's what I'm saying. That place is going to be a giant party later on. Yeah, I think I'll go. Like,
I'm there.
All right, let's get to some overreactions.
Yes.
Let's start with our teams. Jake, you kind of touched on it a little bit with the Patriots. Will, let's get your take on it.
Oh, Patriots Nation is high off of the most dangerous drug in life, and that's hope. High off hope. And but I liked what I saw. Glad May got on the field, but also almost died. got an arm broken. So this is this is what I was worried about. But also just to see that first touchdown pass to an LSU receiver, by the way. Ran a great route. That's how good routes look. And yeah, great pass. Dropped it right in the breadbasket. May looks pretty good. May looks like he's as advertised. Why some people wanted him to go first. So, but here's the problem. That is gonna maybe motivate us to win a few too many games than I want us to win this year. Not happy.
See, we're already screwed next week, Will. We got Jacksonville.
Probably a win. They suck.
Yes, man. The man got to play. You know, obviously they ended up on the wrong side of the scoreboard, but shout out to the man. He got to play. Shout out to Drake, man, got to play. The New England faithful felt somewhat good. And to no lie, you look at the scoreboard, yeah, okay, whatever. It wasn't the worst slapping of the weekend. We know what that was. They played. They competed. You know what I'm saying? What more can you do in that circumstance? You know what I'm saying? The captain of the defense makes a total difference because he wasn't there this week, and it showed. But overall, you know, the young man got to play. You seen the receivers have a little bit more of a step. You know what I'm saying? With him out there, you know, the people smiling. You know, hey, that's what I felt was gonna happen. You know, let the QB go out there and play, man. Happy for him.
Almost died. Almost literally got injured in his first game.
Thought it was crazy, though, that he was the leading well, obviously he's the leading passer, but he was also the leading rusher on the team, too, this week.
Yeah, first ever, was it first ever or the first since like 1950 or something stupid to make his debut and lead the team in passing and rushing. Rookie. By the way, the hit that I'm talking about, I think it was either right after the second half or right before the second half, but he got hit basically the same injury that would have been the injury that Purdy got when his arm got bent at the elbow too much. It was like that, but more violent, and that's what we're sending him out to. So let's not. I don't really want to do that. We got to fix that lineup, but see what happens.
That's why I'm like, I like where Will goes with the draft idea of like tanking for Travis. That'd be fun, but I really want them to draft an offensive lineman.
Yeah. I feel like with the old line, I feel like they can go out.
Ain't gonna happen.
It doesn't have to be a first round pick.
Yeah, no way, you're right.
But it could be though. I prefer it be.
Ain't gonna happen.
They could get a decent offensive lineman in the second and in the third round. They could also hit free agency too. I mean, there's linemen everywhere. You can always hire a lineman.
Not good ones.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
I have to say,
we know what Travis Hunter's gonna end up at.
Yeah.
Say it, Coach.
Where? Dallas? He thinks he hopes he prays.
Absolutely. We're gonna be a top 5 draft pick.
Yeah.
I like.
You're gonna be gone though. You got to get really, really bad.
Nah, I think the teams in front of us are going to be quarterback needing teams, unless it's Jacksonville
or the Patriots.
You always have a better record than us.
Maybe.
I think you're being really like
Zach Martin's hurt now too.
My man is out. This is crazy. This is.
You have way too many injuries. You got a coach that don't know what's going on. You got a quarterback that's regressed. You got an owner that's in shock. Yeah. I feel better than a 1-15 season than I do this year.
I like how he just described Jerry, an owner in shock.
Hey,
Davis, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, it sucks. I mean, if we really do suck, we suck, which we did yesterday. So I guess we say we suck. But I'll say this: the injuries here. This is kind of like a process of elimination thing right here. whereas it's like everything's getting worse, everything's flushing the toilet, and all we can say is, hey, maybe see you next year, basically. Pretty much says it, man. Will, I mentioned earlier, shout out to you.
Since last year.
You hit it to a tear on Wednesday night, and I'm going to thank you again because you're on air now. You did say that the Lions were going to pump these motherfuckers, and they pumped these motherfuckers, so I want to shout you out for that, man. Appreciate that. You said that.
Yeah, it was crazier than I even could have guessed. Holy shit.
Anybody in their right mind, like, shit, almost 40 at the crib. Like, last 4 games, I mentioned earlier, last 4 games, we came with no juice. Like, last 4 home games, no juice. Like 20-point blowouts in 4 straight games. That is ridiculous.
The worst 4-game stretch in NFL history for home games.
But it's not even just juice, y'all. There was no heart on the field yesterday.
None. They quit.
Somebody should have got a helmet ripped off. If I'm on that team, I'm getting suspended 1 game for something illegal. You have to. I don't condone it, but you have to. Someone has to go down.
Somebody put some energy in there, in their locker room. It's dead. And then they're gonna come out. They got a bye week, and they're gonna come out to San Fran, gonna bust their heads. Yeah. Followed by Philly. Yeah. All I can do is laugh from being heartbroken.
You said Zach Martin was hurt. What happened to him?
Let me see if I can look it up because it just came across this afternoon.
Like a significant injury?
Nothing significant, but just huh?
I said stubbed his toe on the star.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm
what you got?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. My fault.
Well, they said he's in danger of missing week 6.
Oh, come on, coach. It's 1 game.
I'm sorry, week 7.
Y'all can plug him in, plug somebody in 1 game. Come on, man.
Have you seen the rest of the team?
This is just the accumulation. We're running out of bodies, man. We're running out of bodies.
When you started, the bodies weren't getting it done anyways.
Yeah, you guys caught the injury, but
can we talk about the Eagles head coach being stupid, yelling to fans?
He's a tool.
He is an idiot, but I don't think this was stupid. Let me tell you why. It's Philly. They're actually probably more likely to respond to this. He might have won some people over there.
He embraced it, though. How you gonna get mad about it when you embraced it originally?
Yeah, but
embrace what? Like them? Yeah, because he's saying. I think also he's just like, all right, you're getting out of hand. We're still winning. Like, we're not a bad team, and even if it's thin skin, he's just clapping back. Like, I think Philly fans would respect that more than not. He just looks stupid doing it. That's all.
Yeah,
he's
no,
like, wow.
Coach.
Well, you got.
Coach, you should understand that. You should understand this more because Philly fans, along with the coach, give off douchebag energy. That's the city of city of brotherly love. They act like douches to each other.
So why are you getting upset about it? I think he's getting upset about it because he knows he's getting fired after this year. This team has grossly underachieved. That's why he pulled the snake move that he did yesterday by bringing his kids to the post-game press conference with him, so they wouldn't be able to drill his ass.
But good, they won.
They won.
They struggled with the Browns.
A rough start for them. I think they remain the only team this season not to score a touchdown in the first quarter. But I mean, we've had our questions about Philly. They answer them sometimes. I mean, it's still a season to go. I mean, let's see what they can pull up and turn out, man. But yeah, man. Of course, when you bring the kids up there in the media, if somebody dares to say something, cancel.
Philly will not make the playoffs this year.
Okay.
Probably not.
There we go.
Washington will win the division.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have at least 2, possibly 3 teams come out of the NFC North.
The North is a beast.
Before we get to the North, though,
they're all going to start eating each other soon, though.
Can we get your thoughts on the Saints before we get into that North talk?
Yeah. We can definitely get it. I'm just waiting for my turn. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, your turn. We over talking everything else and not talking about the Saints, man. So let's have your opinion on the Saints, and then we'll get into that rookie division.
So, every week we come out, we do some stupid stuff where we like give away points. So we always got to start off in the hole, and we did that this week as well. And we started with a 14-0 hole within, I don't know, 3 minutes of the first quarter or something like that. It was ridiculous. And then the second quarter came, and then that's when we had life. And Spencer Rattler was looking amazing. And the defense, every time they touched the field, Baker Mayfield had a terrible game in the second quarter. I mean, threw 3 interceptions in the second quarter. I'm like, oh, this dude is terrible. I'm texting Will. He's terrible. Right? All right. After the second quarter, that was the end because they tore our ass up. We couldn't do nothing on offense. Our defense started folding. Baker Mayfield responded. He had one of the best responses of the freaking week. And that what I want to segue a little bit into our next segment, worst quarterbacks of the week. All right. And Baker Mayfield was definitely my worst quarterback of the week. But I would say he's also tied here with Nussmeier because they had terrible games. And then they responded and had a lot better games. They made their team win. So my hats go off to Baker Mayfield. I gotta respect him because he tore our behinds up. So that's that was like my worst little quarterbacks of the week right there.
Yeah,
but they did.
He threw 3 picks. Like one of them wasn't really on him, but the other 2 weren't great. But like also, 3 touchdowns and like what 300 something yards. Like he started lighting it up.
Yeah, I mean, if we be real with you, this is why we grew to love Baker. This is why we grew to love Baker in a sense because I'm not saying 3-3 is good at all, but this is how Baker plays. Like this is Baker. Like now we've seen him have those good games. Shout out to him, and we've seen him have rough ones. But the last few weeks for him, it's kind of been like, playing at the playground. And that's what Baker Mayfield does. And I think certain players get judged by that, you know what I'm saying? And certain players are like, oh, he can't have too many interceptions, you know what I'm saying? Just like that. Baker's like he's a playground version of like a play. Like we love him. Like it's shit that he does there. Now he loses, okay. They ain't really gonna drag him under the dirt. You know what I'm saying? But, we noticed the 3 picks. We noticed the bad half of football, but he stuck with it, man. He continued to grind with it.
He just forgot about all that bad play, bro, and went out there and balled
2 different halves. That's what you do. You scratch that first half off. You get back to work, man. Shout out to him, man.
For real. Much
quarterback of the week, Will Levis, Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, man. Terrible QB, Daniel Jones. Once again, Kobe Brissett, he even played yesterday.
He even played yesterday.
Still sucks.
That's terrible. Tell me about Dak, like in this game. Like, all right, so I started him in my freaking fantasy league. All right, that sucked. Because the week before, I didn't start him, and he like went off on my bench. It hurt. It freaking hurt me. And he put up 9 points this week in my lineup. Like, damn, bro. Like, why we couldn't even put up some garbage time points? Like when bad quarterbacks have a bad game, usually come back in 4 quarter, throw a couple touchdowns, and that finish the fantasy game off. 20 points. Something like that.
Man saying garbage time points. Every point.
Hey, garbage time points count in fantasy.
Every point the Cowboys score right now are garbage points because that team right now is garbage. In fact,
that's cool. I'll let Coach speak on it first, man. Give him the floor. I spoke a little off today.
Well, I'm not a Dak fan, but that performance yesterday Did Dak suck? Absolutely. But Dak was under distress the entire game. Trash offensive line. They can't run block. They can't pass protect. Only offensive weapon that you got out there right now is CeeDee Lamb. And you have no representation at all of a running game. Zeke had 8 carries too many yesterday. Why? Because he went into the front office and bitched about his usage. Zeke, we appreciate everything you did for us, but sit down. Why did you sign Cooks? It's week 6. He didn't touch the field yet. Why?
Yes,
it makes no sense.
Yes,
I mean, these guys have signed guys like Martavius Bryant, had him on the roster for fucking 9 years. Didn't keep, like, I don't know why they do this stuff. And in my opinion, why you keep doing Rico like this then? Why you keep doing him like that? But this ain't about Rico and all that. It's about our fucking quarterback, man. Our fucking quarterback is fucking hot popcorn. And even if the line and all that's doing shit, he's fucking an all quarterback, man. This is a guy that was second in MVP voting last year. A guy that had to rejuvenate his career in a sense, because the season before they said he was fucking throwing too many interceptions and he may be done. And then last year he gave us the psych that he may not be done. And then since January, since the beginning of the year, 4 heartbreak losses in yesterday year. The normal quarterback in the NFL don't even do that on a regular basis. This dude is showing the signs of fucking garbage to the point where he's all quarterback. And I got to deal with this every week. The only thing is people ain't really talking about it. You know why? Because there's no point to even talk about this man. This fucking man ain't nothing. Sucks. Sucks.
Yeah, I saw the breakdown like I told y'all a couple weeks back, and that breakdown, I was completely out on the Cowboys after that breakdown. I forget who was doing it. I think it was Pat McAfee and them. But the point is, you guys at the point of attack are hoes. Like, they're not tough in there on either side of that line. I know Zach was hurt, or got hurt or whatever. When he comes back, fucking yeah. But even when he was there, like, it just seems like you guys are not dominating the line of scrimmage at all on either side of the ball. And until you can at least win one side of the ball, like the line battle, I just don't know how you can win games. You can't, like, you can have a bad D line, but like a solid defense and do bend but don't break and kind of get some takeaways and shit. Or you can have like a bad O line, but you guys got like, a quarterback who can get the ball out quick and a bunch of weapons. But you can't be bad on the line on both sides. You can't win like that. So I don't know what y'all gonna do. Health is gonna help, but will it be too late? And I don't think your schedule gets any easy. Well, maybe I forget what it was.
Health's not gonna help. Health's not gonna help.
Health's not.
Is
I
this
I don't know.
No.
There's no heart in there. There's no.
Yeah, that's it. You hit the nail on the head. There's no heart in their locker room. There's no heart. There's no pride.
None.
Is this
like,
fair? Putting too much pressure on Dak, but with the contract, he still needs to produce.
Produce with who? No running game, no offensive line, one consistent offensive weapon. How's he going to produce? Please tell me that.
Right.
He's got a team that the team right now, the way they are, that's a team that like Tom Brady would kill with, but or like a Mahomes would kill with. But that's not who he is, and I don't know why they keep treating him like that. It's actually not fair. Like, he's a good player, but you can't just send him out there with no line and one receiver, and no running game. I don't understand what the plan is. Brady
and Mahomes, those are 2 all-time greats.
Right, but that's my point. The type of team, like the way the team is structured offensively, that's you need one of those.
He's
guys.
Not great. He's not great though, Patrick. He's not great.
Yeah, the reason I say that is because like a guy like Mahomes or Brady, like they could make a guy like Tolbert shine more. Like, we've seen him make some great plays, but it seems he gets lost in the sauce after it. I don't know.
I'm gonna say this part too. There's a lack of originality in offensive play calling. The route concepts are trash.
Yeah.
There's no motion whatsoever. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they rank 32nd in motion. And You know what motion does for your quarterback? It gives you pre-snap reads.
Gives them information.
Yeah.
Are they in zone?
If you just line, this team is not talented enough to just line up and play ball.
You sound like we sounded last year, Coach. We couldn't have motion. We had no play action.
People last year. I don't give a fuck about those offensive linemen you draft and all that shit, though. They needed. We needed fucking position players. We needed guys that could kind of have a little bit of advantage, man. And I said this shit, and it didn't happen. Running back position, wide receiver, we got CD over here, Ballman Bailey circus. You know what I'm saying? And when it's crazy. It is wild as hell, dog. Like, look at here. We're losing. Hold on. If we know the Cowboys' history, at least we had that. Hold on. At least we had some viable receivers and some viable backs. But it's like we don't even got those. We don't know. We don't have those.
I'm not ready to give up on Guyton yet. But I will say this.
We can't give up on the guy because the guy
Guyton's going to be Steele's replacement. Steele is trash.
What I'm saying is no. What I'm saying if we ever get those guys at these positions that either I'm looking for this have receivers that I'm like, I can dig with this, then I don't give a hell how Guyton's gonna be. Now we get those guys and Guyton's good. That's a good addition. A+A. But the Cowboys don't have that, dog. It's always one person playing, and then the rest of the 52 guys not playing, dog. We can't have that. Everybody got to be on the same page. We're never going to get that way, man. 10 times!
Y'all could trade for Adams right now, and I don't think you'd make the playoffs.
No.
I don't think it's a weapons thing. You can't do anything. What weapons matter if your line ain't doing shit?
Line ain't doing shit, and you're still calling shit play calls. And you still don't have a running game. You have no element of surprise.
You could have Moss out there. It's not gonna make a difference if you can't block for the kid. Like, I don't understand.
It's not balanced.
They gotta fix the line.
Weapons
and that's why yesterday I'm in these toxic ass Cowboy rooms, and it's always Dak's fault. I'm like, really? Dak didn't give up almost 500 yards of offense yesterday.
Well, he gave the ball back twice so they could get it.
Because he's pressing.
Understood. Look, I'm not here to blame it all on Dak. The Dak performance didn't crush me because I don't expect a lot from him. I don't. So
you and I are in the same boat, sir.
Yeah, it's not like
I flack for this. Dak is my Tony Romo. Tony Romo is my Danny White. I've seen this story before.
I don't like the Romo slander ever, but I gotta deal with
crunch time. Tony disappeared in crunch time.
Jake, you got any best or worst quarterbacks for the week?
I don't really have anything off the top of my head. I think the thing that just keeps shocking me more and more is just how much of a disappointment Trevor Lawrence is. Other than that, I don't want to harp on it too much because Trevor Lawrence he progressively has gotten worse. He started off okay, had a decent second year, and then he's been, like Coach said, a bust ever since. And I'm not even saying his second year was great. I'm just saying it was better than the rookie year because he had a decent coach with him. Since then, this guy, he's a nobody. Other than that, not best. Jared Goff looked really good too. I'll give Jared Goff that credit.
This is Scooby-Doo pulled the mask up, and it's really Daniel Jones. It's crazy bad. He just he literally just became Danny Dimes. That's who. Think about it. That's the one thing that Daniel Jones had. He's athletic, and that Trevor's athletic. They can throw the ball. It's just everything else horrible, and that's kind of where Trevor is now.
Will
they touted this guy for. I'm sorry, Coach. Go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
I was going to say Trevor Lawrence is the same thing that we've all agreed upon with Alabama quarterbacks. When you're surrounded by an exorbitant amount of talent, you're going to look better than what you probably are. And that's what he had at Clemson.
He had one of the biggest hype trains too.
He did. They talked him up
on every level though.
Yeah,
it was Tebow
high school.
It was Tebow coming out of high school.
He go out of high school, but they were like, this is Andrew Luck. Everyone, this is Andrew Luck. It's Andrew Luck, and then this motherfucker is Daniel Jones.
People,
they've been talking Trevor Lawrence up since he was an 8th grader. That's how high they were on in 8th grade. They said that this kid was going to be the next Peyton Manning because of his IQ.
Listen
His
here.
IQ is gone. He has nothing in this league. He is terrible.
You know what Jacksonville should have did? And you know we could blame one person, we could blame the staff, we could blame the organization, we could blame the cons, you know what I'm saying, or heavily in AEW. But ultimately, what they should have did was they should have hired Dabo Sweeney to follow Trevor Lawrence over there. Because one thing I realized about Trevor is like he was that comfortability that he had at Clemson. Obviously in college, you know, you have the most comfortability. You know, you got a coach that coaches you up, you know, saying gives you good prize, talking about, you know, he's even talked about Deshaun Watson in that light. I feel like both of those guys are dealing with no Dabo Sweeney syndrome. And
are you calling him a system quarterback then?
Huh?
Are you calling him a system quarterback?
Not in the sense of system quarterback. I just feel like
most quarterbacks are.
It's like your father figure in a sense. Like Dabo Sweeney was a father figure in a sense, probably to those guys. Even though Trevor got a father and Deshaun too, but ultimately in the college phase like that, where the coach is giving you good praise, coach is putting confidence in you every week. You going in there, putting in the work. You end up being the number 1 pick. You go to the you go to the league, you go to a different team. Coach is not there no more. So things are different off top. You got Urban Meyer.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If they would have hired him instead of Urban Meyer, yes. But you can't hire him after you just fired Urban Meyer.
And that's the thing too. And that's where it was going to go backwards anyway. People said it was Urban Meyer. Then you go Doug Peterson. It's not even that. Ultimately, this is guy. He's missing Dabo, dog, and Dabo ain't coming back. So when he finds out that Dabo ain't coming back, maybe he'll get some games.
It ain't about Dabo. He what the problem is he's not throwing against ACC corners anymore. That's it. It's very simple. And the motherfuckers blitzing them aren't from the ACC. No.
So can I say this, Will? I mean, obviously we'll probably all agree. It did more to what Jake said too. Jake basically he probably wasn't it the whole time. And then we look at the ACC now. Now you mention it now. He probably was playing at the ACC when he started to get to the lowest of the low. So now we look at it now, and years later, we're like, oh. And that comment you just said made me look at it in a conspiracy kind of theme. Like, was this really what it was? The schedule that favored him. Though he had some great games. Shout out to him. He was a good guy. He's a good quarterback in college, but now you look at it now, he's not ACC quarterbacks anymore, like you said, man.
Exactly, and that's the problem with the ACC. They have one, maybe 2 good teams at a time in 1 year. They don't ever have real good competition like the SEC and the Big Ten do. So he looked like an all-star, and he had those good games in the college football playoffs and won an Natty one time. But he also had a star-studded team around him because Dabo was recruiting like a mofo.
Yeah, he did.
Beat Alabama.
Was it the freshman year or sophomore year?
Yeah, it was his freshman year. He tried to go back to back but lost.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the kid could play, but and honestly, I'm not putting it out of the rebel possibility. You know what? If this kid's going in this route, they may not even. I mean, they'll re-sign him, I guess, but maybe only for 3 years, and then maybe he doesn't stay there after that. But you know who I'd make a call if I'm them? The Rams, because I think McVay could get him to be.
I think that's what I'm saying. And then somebody like that, McVay, who is gonna coach you, like he in a sense to me, not
he's just a great quarterback coach.
He's like a Dabo Sweeney. You know what I'm saying? Like a guy that's he's gonna please his quarterback, make sure his quarterback's in the best position possible. And then the Jaguars, we've seen them get Mac Jones. We already know what type of vibe they're on. They want to go Mac, and they probably want to go back into the QB blender because they thinking this is not a successful deal they're going right now, and we'll rather go with Mac Jones soon so we can look even more shittier so we can get a top 5 pick.
I think you're right here, man. Trevor Lawrence having that hype on him, but Justin Herbert been having a lot of hype on him. He kind of escaping under the radar too
because he doesn't have a team around him at all. He has nothing.
Yeah.
Trevor's been given things. Trevor got his own running back.
What happened last year?
Huh?
What happened last year?
Who?
No.
They were all dead. You know they're always that receiving core never plays more than like 12
Do you forget who his wide receivers were?
Mike Williams injured for the season week 4.
Keenan Allen? Yeah.
Keenan Allen
They
always
stayed in the ice tub.
and Keenan Allen, whenever he plays, him and Herbert do work together. He was out there throwing to Josh Palmer most of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, keep things equal. Like he has players, yeah. He doesn't. He doesn't. One guy has a lot. One guy had Calvin Ridley and Kirk last year, and now has your boy this year, who's kind of been the only star on the team except for Bigsby for one game. Your mid's been the only fucking saving grace they had.
People say Justin Herbert's kind of in a weird situation this year because if he doesn't do, I mean, obviously if it's a declining year to the public, then it's like, oh snap, then he's declining. But you gotta realize this man's in a whole new scheme this year. Players that we don't even know. So it's kind of like in a sense where he's staying humble right now. It's kind of to me, Dale, in a sense, the Undertaker in a sense. And those early 2000s, 2001, where all these new people are coming up. The new era of guys are coming up. And you're a guy that can kind of still sell tickets because they know who you are, but you got to deal with the different likes and the different life of the organization, the business. And that's what Justin Herbert right now this year is probably going through because this is different now. It was top tier, but now you're dealing with the reality of this is different now. So
my problem is we give smoke to different quarterbacks because of their terrible play, but others, they fly under the radar and they don't get enough smoke in my opinion.
Because context is a thing, Dale, and it
yes.
matters.
Nobody cares what Dak has around him.
But not
just like Coach said, everybody's pitching about him.
Hold on.
Toop talks about the receiver they need once or three times a show. Every show. What do you mean we're not talking about?
I'm talking about the majority of fans out there.
So no one in the fandom is talking about them desperately needing a running back? No one?
No. Well, okay, yeah, sure. They're talking about they need a running back, yeah.
All right, so
but still, they want Dak to get out there with the magic wand and do some Harry Potter on Sundays.
This dude right now, I mean, they're 3-2. They're 3-2. I mean, they've beaten the teams obviously that they have to beat. I mean, that game against Pittsburgh was like, but I mean, Pittsburgh's defense, credit to them for that. I mean, he's just playing the way the system is right now, and now it looks like I said to the media, it looks worse because now it's a different system. The guy, 6 touchdowns, 1 pick. He's got a 95.3 rating. You know what I'm saying? But you look at it, and it's like they offense to the San Antonio Spurs. I'm not saying they're going to win championships or anything, but right now it's different. And let's see next year where this looks like or whatever. I don't know. I'm not giving them no verse, but.
Also, Dale, I don't think we as a show or even just anybody who covers sports should ever be answering for the lowest common denominator's opinion. Like what you're talking about there is, there's people out there who complain about Dak and they only complain about that. Like those people doing that, then who cares? Why are we even caring about if they don't know football? Then why are we even worried about?
Yeah, I mean,
most of the people probably never laced them up before.
Every quarterback gets criticism.
It's the same sense of fans that talk about, hey, Derek Carr needs to get benched. Derek Carr sucks. Derek Carr's terrible. When I'm saying, hey, at worst, he's middle of the road. Okay. At worst.
What are most of those fans running off of, though?
No, but tell me this. What quarterback doesn't get that type of criticism?
Herbert.
There's plenty of people who criticize him.
Yeah.
He got criticized. I openly criticized him, especially when he threw when he couldn't turn 4 different interceptions in the first half in a playoff game into points.
Yeah.
He turned them all into field goals. He gets criticism. I just don't think you realize he has.
He plays with a team of Los Angeles, but it's the Chargers. And that's more to it, Dale. He's not a Saints. The Saints media and the Saints fans make it reason to do this. And the Dallas Cowboy fan base and make it reason to do this. And I won't put the Patriots in this aspect, but the way the Patriots have won and all their fans act now, you give reason to do this stuff. So in hindsight, you know what I'm saying? This is why some guys don't get the media talk like that about being downgraded or having a down year or maybe should be on the totem pole. You know what I'm saying? While some people do. And then some people are twittering all day and getting clown for their mistakes. Will Levis, Daniel Jones, that these guys are talked about because of those reasons. It's pretty much what it is. Justin Herbert's in the middle of all that. And that's because at the same time, it's like, do we really see Justin Herbert? Do we really see him? No, we don't really see him. We don't watch his games. A lot of us don't. So
actually, you I don't, some of that I don't understand, but you stumbled into a great point right there at the very end, which is 100% true. There is an East Coast bias too. I don't know that Herbert, like, yeah, his games are, I'm not sure if a lot of people nationally are watching his games. I think they're just looking at the roster and they're like, you know what? He puts up numbers and I can't even name half of these guys he's throwing to. So
you know what Justin Herbert's QBR, I mean his quarterback rating is right now?
What is it?
95.5. That ranks him 13th in the league.
Okay.
He's sandwiched between Stroud and Cousins.
Now, name his top 3 receivers. Go.
I can only name Quinn.
Quinn Johnson. Lad McConkey. And I don't know the other one.
Who?
Lad McConkey.
Lad McConkey.
Rookie.
So far, the only name anybody knew was a rookie this year. So w's the next one?
Quentin Johnson.
Johnson.
Quentin Johnson.
Second year player.
So the second
Johnson and Josh Palmer.
Receiving receiver from the first year last year. Okay. So
and Josh Palmer.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm.
Who's next?
Josh Palmer.
Josh Palmer. Okay. Career third stringer. Nice. That's what he's. I'm just saying, like, they
just drafted a receiver last year.
Dak has CD Lamb, so like obviously he's gonna get a little more criticism when you actually have one of the top 5 receivers in the league on your team versus Herbert throwing to guys that we all, as big sports fans, struggle to name.
Listen,
I just want everyone to know I don't know shit about the Chargers. I just have a friend that's a Chargers fan that doesn't stop talking about it. The reason I knew.
When next year the Chargers are dominating because Brandon Rice comes into the scene and then Justin Herbert's throwing balls to him, you don't know who Justin Herbert is, Dale. You'll hear the talk.
Yeah, so as I'm saying, the Chargers have invested in wide receivers. Like, you know, last year they just drafted Quentin Johnson. They drafted Lad McConkey this year. And, you know, a couple years ago, they drafted Josh Palmer. So they drafted guys. I mean, it didn't necessarily work out to where anybody's like a big dominant receiver.
How many offense coordinators have they had in the last 3 years?
Yeah, they probably had 3.
Yeah.
They have 3.
Yeah.
And then, by the way,
you got a new head coach now. You starting over.
By the way, probably his single best, just like option his entire time there. Single best player is probably Eckler, gone.
Yeah.
And the second one, Allen, gone. All right, so I'm just saying, like,
he got hit. Ooh,
I get it. They went out and drafted some guys, but they're not ready yet. I don't think. I think they're getting there. I think McConkey's ready now. I think McConkey's going to be a really good receiver. I think if they ever go out and get a true number 1, McConkey will be one of the best number 2s in the league coming soon.
Absolutely.
Josh Allen, you know, got forced into, you know, having the ball taken away, but the Bills didn't come.
Yeah, we just had a touchdown. It's 20-10.
Who scored? Kincaid?
Who's that?
Kincaid.
Kincaid. I need him to score 20 to win the week, and that's a tough thing to get out of a tight end. But he's already halfway there. Let's go.
Josh Allen's out here yelling and like screaming to the New York faithful. The Bills right here, staying afloat, as Tuquan said. They just going to stay afloat and let everything come, I guess, you know. And Knox, not Kincaid. It was Knox with the touchdown. Well, not Kincaid.
88. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Y'all are terrible friends.
Yeah.
It builds you up to tear you down.
Hey, it's not our fault they got 2 people that look alike.
All white for the light, huh?
You know, you probably talk to him about that, man. Okay. So let's take a quick break. Let's come back, and then we're gonna do some rankings, and we'll talk about some injuries and news too. So be right back.
This is an emergency message. Stop what you're doing and hit the like button. Also comment and subscribe. Thank you. We now return you to your program.
One of the most funny plays here is this Caleb Williams straight up hitting his offensive lineman in the face with the football.
Not often as an offensive lineman do you get hit in the face with a football.
How the hell you get hit in the face with the football as offensive lineman, bro? Real talk. I'm not mad at the lineman here because he's peeling back foot on the block. I'm not mad at him, okay?
No. He's peeling back, but somebody said something funny on another podcast today. As an athlete, he was like, if as a lineman you're ever running in that direction, you've already fucked up.
Yeah. I give him props. So he was looking for somebody to hit. The person had to be back there. He went to go get
that person probably blew by him in the first place, which is kind of the problem.
Oh man! So all right.
Shout out to Khalid, though. Khalid looking better and better every week. Players are looking better and better every week, and they're making the Chicago faithful happy right
Putting
now.
up points in Chicago.
Imagine
amazing.
Amazing. I think I should invest some money maybe in the division, man. Maybe the Bears do got what it takes to win a division. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Bears not winning that division.
Go ahead with your bad stuff.
We've seen worse. We've seen worse.
Go ahead with your bad stuff.
Best.
They may be the odd team out, and probably going to have like a 10-5. I mean, a 10-7 or 12-5 record.
Not ideal.
Yep. So Tua will return this season. This is according to the head coach. He's been seeing some specialists, all that kind of stuff, and it's all he's gonna return once IR is up. That's the way it sounded to me.
They really about to play 3 strikes with this man. I mean, he's a professional, so I guess they're gonna call like that. But this is literally playing Russian roulette with a deadly weapon, man. Good luck to him. And that's all about what I can say about him. You know,
hopefully he's gonna wear a Guardian cap this time.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna wear the Guardian cap and all that. They're gonna make you the
AKA homecoming.
They're gonna make you the founder boy for it now because you're gonna be wearing it every game. Really haven't heard about the Guardian cap since we've heard about the Guardian cap.
I've been seeing a few different players wear them.
I understand that, but we heard a good outroar about him, you know, before the season started. But now what I'm saying is Tua is going to be the poster child for it, where he may have to wear the Guardian hat every week. You might see a big head on the field, and I'm not even being funny, but literally he's going to be the poster child for it.
Oh wow! This was some kind of Hail Mary at the end of the freaking half. The Jets scored a touchdown.
Wow,
really?
The king of the Hail Mary.
Oh, Lazard.
Number 10.
Lazard.
Okay, Lazard. Okay.
He wanted his guy there.
And they're showing all Aaron Rodgers' Hail Marys now. All his Hail Marys all the time. Aaron Rodgers having some. Oh, hold on. And they showed all that before he did the Hail Mary. Oh, Michael, come on. So, yo, I swear, TV knows how to make stuff happen, man. Listen here, Aaron.
Dude, crazy.
Like something y'all shot right there too.
So 20-17, Bills in charge, but they're going to half now. So that was crazy, though. Aaron Rodgers does it again.
Aaron Rodgers doing some miraculous stuff. He said, "Yeah, man, I heard y'all been talking about Aaron, man. It's time Monday night. Hold on, this is the game last. Hold on, this is people don't remember either. This was the game last year. This is supposed to be Aaron Rodgers' first game last year against the Bills at the crib. This was really? Like one of the, I said about the Patriot game when they played them a few weeks ago. This is Aaron's first game as a Jet. He's gonna do some things. He's gonna be okay. This game right here is kind of a revenge game for him in a sense because he was robbed from this game last year. So second half should be explosive, should be great.
Okay. Did y'all hear that the Lions gave David Montgomery a contract extension? And this is going to last throughout the 2027 season.
And he rewarded them by going off again. Nasty.
Wasn't he in Philly at one point?
No, Chicago and then Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chicago and
Was he like a tight end in Chicago though?
No, he was a running back in Chicago, but he dealt with injuries. He dealt with injuries on the long line of his career. Went to Detroit, and I believe early with Detroit, went through a little injury scare and all that. That's when Gibbs was kind of picking up in his rookie year. And I mean, good for him on payday to ball out the way he did. And it shows that the Lions really believe in him. And they feel like he's the comfortable guy to be in front of Gibbs, and they know when Gibbs needs to explode, Montgomery's going to chill and be a great citizen about it. So
Great in the smash role. He's in the smash role, and Gibbs in the dash role. They're doing it. That's a great two-headed monster they got going there.
I made fun of the signing in the beginning because I didn't think he was worth the crap, but yeah, he proved me wrong.
Who? Montgomery?
Yeah, Montgomery. Mm-hmm.
I mean, in a sense, you're looking at it like, okay, and we go back to the running back position and all that, but then we applaud it because we're like, maybe this is how certain running backs should be paid. Not saying everyone or why is it Montgomery and nobody else, but this is an organization thing. They value their running backs, and we wish that the league would do this more with guys that they think can do it, but. The dictionary is telling us nowadays 3.5, and they possibly done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like that thing. So shout out to the Lions for believing in him and giving him a contract, and they say in the future, next 2 years, he's going to be
there. Yep. So let's ask this question. Do you think Jalen Hurts needs a voice and speak up to take over the offense? I mean, look, they just hired a new offensive coordinator, right? So
yeah, the guy got fired from San Diego.
Right.
The guy got fired from Dallas. He is on his third team in 3 years.
Didn't he used to have Dable?
I don't remember.
No, Dable was in. He was in Buffalo.
Buffalo. Okay, yeah. Oh, that was it. Yeah, Dable was in Buffalo. Oh, did he have Steichen?
Yes.
He had Steichen.
Yep.
So the guy who had him playing his best isn't there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy who had him playing at his best didn't trust him to even throw in the red zone. And you want to give him the keys to the rest of the offense? Hell no.
Okay.
Jalen,
it'll be all tush pushes.
They gave him they gave him all this money with like what the hell and blah blah. It's a good deal to save dough, all this and that. But yeah, that question my fellas just answered, man. Yeah, you don't give a person like that. The offensive guy better just sit back, relax, and enjoy the life, enjoy the lifestyle. I guess of being the Eagle.
Who's the OC
honestly
now?
though, isn't the head coach an offensive guy?
He is.
And then
like, I don't really understand.
And said the last 2 games he's overridden calls on offense and defense.
Oh,
so he has no trust in his coordinators.
There you go.
Yeah, one of them
dead man walking. Huh?
He doesn't trust his coordinator. One of them's named Kellen Moore. I don't blame him.
I mean, he hired him though. Like, it's his boy.
Did he really hire him?
I mean, what happened? The ownership hired him?
I can see something like that happening.
Okay. All right.
Because look at what they did to him last year.
That's some Jerry Jones stuff there. So like hiring just coordinators. So,
who usually hires the coach? GM?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man. Yep. I have to spit this out right now because I just seen it, man.
Okay.
Not NFL related, but NBA season starts next week. Paul George plays in the preseason game tonight, and this is kind of why people leave their starters out of preseason. Hyperextended his knee tonight in the preseason game against the Hawks. I believe. So hopefully they get the best of news out of that. But yes, just seeing that roll across as I was tuning into the halftime show.
I know he was scared.
Mm-hmm. But we've seen it be happen before. And in the worst fashion with him.
It wasn't a hyperextension before.
It wasn't a hyperextension, though. Yeah. So, he, like you said, he's in his mind, that's probably bringing him back to a place he don't want to be.
Yeah.
So,
at the same time, man, you play basketball just about every day in practice and stuff. I mean,
shit happens.
Stuff can happen. Yeah. Stuff can happen in practice.
No. My thing with Philly is you just played Boston the other night. You didn't play none of your starters. None of that. You didn't play them. Play, of course, like, okay, we're playing the Hawks tonight. They're going to just be more relaxed. No, the worst teams are more physical and going to play at you. This is a strategic thing in preseason where they think they're doing smart shit, but then they do dumb shit the next day. And it's kind of like now you may be in a situation where your guy to start the season off may be a little bummed out. But, I mean, that's a decision. That's a talk for the quality perspective, man, but I had to get into the rest.
You know, Will had said something about context when it comes to the quarterbacks earlier.
Mm-hmm.
QBRs.
Yeah.
Dak is ranked 20. Dak is ranked 24th.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Goff is ranked 23rd.
So also
one is a Super Bowl favorite, one is on a train wreck.
Right.
You know who's in front of both of them?
Who's that?
Herbert.
Okay.
You know who's in front of both of him? Daniel Jones and Justin Fields.
Dimes.
Wow. Wow.
So what did we learn? What did we learn?
Now, see, QBR is supposed to be something dealing with, like game on the line, how the quarterback form and all that. So, yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, to see Justin Fields at the top of the list, like, damn.
It's also a very flawed stat. Because
it
relies heavily on team success, which means...
Well, yeah, it's supposed to rely on success, yes.
But the success might not be because of you, the quarterback, and yet it still rewards you. So, it's a flawed stat.
I guess so. It's supposed to be heavily weighted toward, like, late game success. Too, so yeah. All right, let me play this clip here from Calvin Ridley after the game, and to get your guys' thoughts on that.
I was just looking up, trying to get past the guy, and I just really didn't know if there was a safety or not there. I was just trying to get past my guy. And I seen it was a little behind. So
they wanted to kind of make getting you targets and part of this offense a priority today, and to kind of not have it result in any catches. I guess what was kind of off that resulted in targets but no catches?
I had targets in what part of the game I had targets?
Fourth quarter, a lot of them.
All right, then. So, shit, I need some in the beginning of the fucking game, too, then. Like, shit's getting fucking crazy for me. So...
He's done.
No, it is what it is. I suck today. I gotta be better.
Trade.
But I gotta get the ball a little early in the game so I can be in the game and here with the team so I can play well also.
Did you expect to get targets early?
So, all right. He wants to get his targets early in the game.
Rightfully so.
That, yeah. I mean, look, he getting paid $30 million a year as a receiver. He just signed with Tennessee. And so this was his comments after the game here. What do we think about these kind of young?
His QB's trash. He won't touch his early shit. He better hope his QB touch early.
His QB is trash. And you know how long he's been trash? Since before he signed there.
Yep.
Means he
so that's all it's on him. Yep.
Right. And then the right, no. But then, you're right about that. But in all, this was kind of the sailing. Like he probably felt like, oh, this is a young guy. Okay, I bet. And his situation is kind of crazy too because he got hit with the gambling scandal. Missed time. He did get the re-up with who he played with afterwards.
Jacksonville.
Played with Jacksonville, didn't perform, had like 2 or 3 solid games, and didn't do nothing. Then he went to Tennessee. He's like, okay, I'm gonna take the money now. Yeah, you got your payday. You bet your situation you was in. You better be happy that you got a payday than worry about some goddamn touches because your money don't change with your touches. I understand you want touches and all, but you look at it now. Now you realize that the QB's trash. And now you're talking about, I need touches in the beginning of the game. You better hope your QB ain't getting touched. Because right now.
Unless you're Watson.
So, take that.
He can get it touched. That's up there with Sandusky, clap, clap, clapping sounds.
Oh goodness. Okay. Let's get into some rankings, man. The power rankings.
Do we have to?
Oh, yes, we have to. Jake is ready to go with his power rankings. We're coming to him first. Jake, your top 5, sir.
Who said I?
You said you were ready.
Right.
I never said.
Yes, you did.
Right now.
All right. I'll start off.
No. Give me 5 seconds. I'm good. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Kansas City number 1. Give Minnesota number 2. Detroit number 3. Baltimore Texans number 5.
All
No
right.
reasoning, straight to the point.
I got him in that same order as well, Jake.
Oh.
Hell
All
yeah.
right. All right. We got 2 in agreement here.
I'm gonna go rank here, man. I'm gonna go Texans 5. I'm gonna go Ravens 4. I'm gonna go Vikings 3. I'm gonna go Lions 2. I'm gonna go Chiefs 1.
All right. Will, you got some rankings?
I got. Let me see. Yeah, at 5, I got Minnesota. This is crazy. I could pick 3 teams from this division. Outrageous. But no. 5 Minnesota, 4. I want to say 4 Baltimore. 3 Minnesota. Nah, I flipped them. 3 Baltimore, 4 Minnesota, 2 Houston, 1 Kansas City.
2 Houston. Okay.
All right. For me, I've got Pittsburgh at number 5. I'm going Baltimore
They
at
can't
number
maintain.
4. I am going Houston number 3. Minnesota number 2. Kansas City number 1.
What happened to the Saints?
Yeah, we lost everybody. Everybody got hurt. That's what happened.
He's become realistic.
Everybody's hurt.
So, Dale, you got Pittsburgh over Green Bay, Atlanta, Buffalo, Washington, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, you heard that quarterback rating for Fields, right?
I say this is what I say about Pittsburgh, and this is why I say I'm not going to rank them in the top 5, but I'm going to say this about Pittsburgh. They know their identity. They're not searching for an identity. I feel like the rest of those other teams, like
They've been working this same identity for years.
I feel like they're still trying to find
Last 3
themselves.
coaches, 60 years, they've been the same identity. They're going to pound you with the rock and play stout defense. Nothing changed.
Same damn thing, bro.
And to the point we were talking earlier, how crazy fans are talking about the quarterbacks and talking about the whole Dak situation. people in Pittsburgh actually want Tomlin gone. Like, you know, when he leaves, he will be unemployed for all of 1 minute.
Well, these are the same people that will like wanted Andy Reid gone too, right?
Yep. Yep.
Really?
How that work out for you, Billy?
Hey, that's why I don't blame Sirianni. They're unhinged.
They got their one championship, so I guess maybe they were right. They got one.
That was a fluke.
Hey, they got it. They got it.
Because the quarterback that wanted from him, they didn't even roll with him going forward. It was a fluke.
My man Tom Brady had to have a tax write-off real quick. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Foles was the white Doug Williams.
That may be the one legacy of Tom Brady. The only blip on his legacy. If he lost the games that he shouldn't have lost.
Great, Will.
What's crazy about that? I don't even rip him for it. I rip him worse for losing to Eli than losing to Nick Foles. Keep it real.
The white Doug Williams.
Would you?
That is great.
I triggered Tom Brady's career on losing to Eli more than Nick Foles. Because by that time, we kind of was like, New England gonna win another one, but they kept getting there. Then his, like, they're the dominant team, and then Eli go out there and beat you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt more fucking disappointed in that than Nick Foles winning one.
Jeff Hostetler did it too back in the day.
What do all those teams have in common, though?
What team?
Hostetler, Foles, and Eli.
Oh, defense.
They had great defense.
Mm-hmm.
Great defense, absolutely great defense. And Philly, Dilly, where the hell fucking called? Speaking of Tom Brady, ownership, 100%,
25%
in the works. 25%. The approval, I believe, already stamped or should be stamped soon.
Okay.
How does that affect him as far as announcing games?
Yeah, he got restrictions. See, the NFL gave him a bunch of restrictions before then. Like he can't even go to the facility for the most part unless he's covering the game.
Yeah, super weird.
Okay,
it's crazy. Yeah,
my man about to be
they gonna let the guy who's only blotch on his entire golden boy GOAT career is that he kind of cheats. You gonna let him do this?
Some insider trading.
You ain't going to no locker room with Tom Brady at all.
Hey, at least we know the NFL is still consistent. They don't have a soul. They sell it every time.
Oh yeah, they still sell it twice.
They've sold it twice. They sell it at least once a year. This is this year's.
Well,
I don't know how they keep selling it. Didn't seem like they had that big of a soul, but they just keep fucking selling that thing.
Right, exactly. Let's talk some injuries real quick, man. I really didn't want this to be the last part of the show, but hey, it is what it is.
Hutchinson, end on injuries, just end on a downer.
Look, y'all took everything else, okay? When we all start going out of order, this is what happens.
Oh, Jake. Hey, Jake.
You gotta know when to steer us away from the landmine. You're not helping. We just out here walking and it blows up.
Yeah, I almost fucked this up earlier. Sorry, Dale.
Yes, Hutchinson injured his leg, is going to be out for the season. Gruesome injury. I'm not playing that crap. Don't look for me to play it.
I didn't even, but I didn't see an angle that showed it looked bad. I didn't see it.
Okay.
I never saw a fold over or nothing like that. Did it was it a flop? It wasn't.
It was a slow-mo. You had to see the slow-mo.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It just kind of.
What's fun? What's crazy though is that it shouldn't have done too much because he only broke one of them.
Right.
I thought he broke tibia and tibia.
Nah, I thought it was a fib too, but it's just a tib.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the fib lived, which means that fucking hurt worse. When it clean breaks both, it sucks. It looks terrible, but it's actually a little better. But the one of them breaking and the other one not, that's why he was. My man took his gloves off immediately. He was like, "Yep, season over."
He knew what was going on.
My man was
so bad.
Don't
do that, Patrick. I didn't need to. I wasn't saying that I wanted to see it. You Mexican. I didn't.
You go watch that on your own time, Will.
I got homies who used to watch that show Scarred, and I was always an athlete. I'm like, nah, I'm not fucking with y'all.
You send me the video too, man. I ain't watched the Cowboys game yesterday, man. I was at work, dog.
Oh, that's your Scarred video? That's like Cowboys game against the Lions?
All right, listen here. Hold on. I looked at the score because you know what's crazy? The haters hit me up when the Cowboys are getting mocked. Like they won't hit me up when they losing. But everybody's like, Dak sucks. He can't throw for 200 yards. Oh yeah, because you betted on him. You betting on Dak, but you saying Dak sucks. I don't know. Maybe you thought that was but I look at the score and I'm like, I said everything I said on Wednesday was bad. I know coaches fucking probably like Tuquan fucking ass. You know, having picked the Cowboys. It is all crazy.
Nah. I was more focused on the lack of heart, bro.
Hopefully he'll get better, Hutch, man. No doubt, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's done for the season for sure.
Done for the season. Like I always say, if it had to happen, I'm glad it happened in the first half of the season. He should be able to get back and play next year. Now,
off limits.
Now, are they in a market for anyone? Because there's some guys who might be out there. There's some.
Yeah, I'll say the guy with the Jets.
There's some real fantastical ones, and then there's some more realistic ones as well. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So, real quick, that thing about the Jets, Hassan Reddick, he got pretty much fired by his agent.
His agent dropped him, which is fucking weird.
But he picked up a new agent or something already
immediately.
And so we'll see about that if there could be a trade. That makes sense because they've already lost 2 defensive ends, just including Hutchinson. They lost another defensive end maybe like the week before to a season-ending injury.
So that one I feel like has maybe a little legs to it. I feel like that would have a little legs to it. That'd be a good player for him to pick up.
Yeah.
Here's one that should be on the table. I don't know if it will be, but it's more of the crazy version. Max Crosby. Get him out of there.
Off limits.
Save him.
He slapped him yesterday. He slapped him a coach yesterday because they was losing.
He did. Push the shit out of him.
Oh, really?
I think Max would be great.
Yeah, he shoved the coach.
Also, imagine Max.
Wow.
Imagine Max with the kneecap biter as a coach. Oh my God. His coach is almost as crazy as him. That no one ever is nearly as crazy as Max.
I mean, honestly, that's too much resources. I know Max Crosby getting broken off right now. Like that'd be a huge trade, bro.
Dale,
I'd love it.
Did you see the other part of that Hassan Reddick thing? According to what Hassan has said to them, is he wants to be with them long term. They want to make a contract happen.
That's why he hired hired Rosenhaus, the guy that's gonna make it touch goal.
Oh, you got Drew?
They supposed to speak to the Jet. They had a meeting scheduled before the game tonight in regards to talking and all that stuff. So we'll see what comes out of it.
Well, this has got millions in fines, bro.
Great grain of salt though, because his agent Drew could have immediately told. Drew's very savvy with the media. He could have immediately told him, you have to say publicly that you want to sign so that teams will give up something for you enough for them to trade you. Because if everyone knows that he wants to leave and the Jets aren't going to sign him, the Jets aren't going to get offered anything above like a 4. So like, you got to tell them, no, I want to sign here so that if anybody is trying to trade for him, they'll actually make an offer that the Jets might listen to. So I take it with a grain of salt if he really actually wants to sign or if that's what that's all about. I'm not sure. But look, it's better news. It's in the right direction to hire a new agent. That's for sure.
Yeah. This is a good one. Myles Garrett.
That's a crazy one.
Look, no.
He's the only thing that anyone in all of Cleveland can be proud about. You cannot trade him. You can't. You just can't.
Yeah, I think I'm saying one of those guys, man. You don't see it in professional sports no more. Lifers. You would wish that Myles Garrett is a lifer.
And yet they're the Browns, so I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I would hope too. I would hope too. Myles Garrett is a lifer with the Browns. I mean, at some point, they're not going to hoist him a championship. Maybe he's like, I want to win the championship one day. And go
It's
somewhere
free.
else and somebody would do services. But yeah, that's it.
Oh, 33 million or 33,000? Yeah, 33 million. Oh.
Yeah, 33 million for the cap. Yeah.
Oh, then they'll
That's-
be A-okay to get any one of those guys.
Yeah, right. They'll be
extend
fine with it. Mm-hmm.
And look,
Reddick makes sense though.
They've crushed it in the draft. They've already crushed it in the draft. They have their core. You can actually now start spending some of that future capital in picks to actually fill it out. This is the area in which you go to free agency or trades. That's when you can finish your team right here. So, and also here's the other thing. Whoever you go get, you should definitely sign for multiple years. And then I think you're right back in the thick of things. You won't miss a beat without Aiden if you get the right guy. And then next year you'll have them both and be scarier.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they need to try real hard to just go out, offer a second, maybe even overpay. Maybe you do offer a first. It'd be crazy, right? But offer a first and I don't know, some other shit for Max if you can, or yeah, you could offer to Garrett, but they're not going to do it. They might. It's the Browns.
Jonathan Allen is going to have pec surgery. He's going to be out for the season. That's a big loss for Washington.
Yeah, it's not good.
Definitely a big loss to Washington. In a loss to Baltimore yesterday.
The following players left games due to hamstring injuries.
Just
ETN from
fucking negative 1 yard yesterday. Oh my god. Ooh.
Yeah, from Jacksonville. Dallas Goddard from Philly. Jerome Ford, the running back from Cleveland.
Rough.
So I guess right on time for Nick Chubb to be coming back. Look like he's going to be actually play this week coming up. So Jerome Ford exits. Nick Chubb enters. And the following players left for concussions this week: Chris Olave, Marvin Harrison Jr., Lad McConkey.
Patrick Surtain as well.
Oh, Patrick Surtain. There we go.
You said who? Patrick Surtain?
Yeah.
The Harrison thing, man, did me bad. One, because I had him on the parlay and I missed the parlay, and guess who didn't get voided? Marvin Harrison. It's crazy,
they
right?
Void him, huh? Wow.
They would avoid. I mean, I thought they would void it, and I'm like, all right, cool. I still want a little bit of cash, not as much, but yeah, they didn't give me no void. They just said, man, we taking your money on a Sunday, and thanks for playing. And I said, you're welcome.
You'll get nothing, and you'll like it.
Yes, I did like it. It made me go to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying? But I always say the NFL, no fucking loot. That's what it is.
Damn it, man. The damn other defensive end for the Bills, he getting all the sacks. Epinaza is like sacking the hell out of Aaron Rodgers like every week. I mean, every play look like.
Is it going to be Tyron Smith?
Oh my God, this man over here.
I don't know who is that. Who is
Espinoza?
that?
Is he lined up on the right side?
Yep, Espinoza.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's beating Tyron Smith like a drum.
Yeah, I got Rosu, and I'm hoping he will give me some sacks.
My man hit him with a basic move. My man hit him once, and then went the other way. Like literally, like you're too slow. What? Oh, and they caught a roughing the passer on this play. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Wow. Damn, my man can't even hit a QB no more, man.
Yeah.
That was a clean shot right
Two
there.
sacks on the day so far, man. Jared Rodgers hold the ball a lot.
Been hit them in years. It's been years since you could hit a QB.
No, I know, but it's like, damn, like it wasn't even like a bad. It was one of those like you ain't even paying attention, Aaron. Like you're not even like paying attention to detail, and the motherfucker just got you, and it's like, damn, you call roughing the passer on that.
Mm-hmm.
There was no roughing in that. That was just a straight like shit. You got sacked.
Yep. Okay, let's wrap this thing up. We got Who's this Brad Holmes, coach?
Before we
Brad
wrap
Holmes
this
is
up,
DC
man,
coach.
Just a GM for Detroit.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I got
yeah.
one more. I got
Good.
an NCAA. I got an NCAA news report here. So
Okay.
we talked about
Yes, sir.
Trevor Lawrence earlier. We talked about Clemson. You know, maybe they had the last cream of the crop in the ACC. Today, things got a little weird. They had committed. Blake Herbert had committed to Clemson.
Brees Hall just bust one.
He decommitted, and he's now going to Notre Dame. Notre Dame has stole Blake Herbert from Dabo Swinney in the Clemson Tigers.
Rightfully so.
25 class, less than 2 weeks after Deuce Knights. So basically, Deuce McKnight, he was committed to Clemson too. He flipped to Auburn, and now Herbert, the sixth rated QB, is decommitted and going to Notre.
Oh, I mean, look, it's still early, but usually Clemson don't go after anybody after they leave their class. They stop recruiting them all together.
Yeah,
so
that's about it.
Yeah, they get weird about things.
I mean, I guess he got his standards, and it is what it is, you know.
Oh yeah, standards looking real pale over there right now.
He don't like his recruits taking visits either. Like if you're gonna be committed to us, don't take no visits. Otherwise, don't commit. You know,
that's absurd. Guarantee if he has a better job offer, he'll at least listen.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. If somebody come to you with more money, you're going to listen to it because it's your life and your family, your job.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So easy to count other people's money.
So homies, man.
That part.
So homies, man. Whoever this new OC is, man, whoever's the new play caller or whatever, the coach or whatever, you know what I'm saying, made it a present for Nathaniel Hackett to run the fucking ball tonight. Shout out to him.
Who said they were going to do that?
Yeah.
That's what they need to do. Like open up that play action. You have two great backs. I was saying this 2 weeks ago. Why aren't they running the ball? Didn't make any sense.
Oh,
that's right. Hackett got demoted, right?
I mean, I guess he's not calling
new play caller. Yeah,
he's right now. He's gonna talk to Aaron, and he'll be back in calling the offense. So what? Soon.
It's Todd Downing calling plays on the offensive side for the Jets now. Yep.
Another note: Daniel Jones 1-14 in all-time primetime games.
It's Kirk Cousins.
No, that stat they had about the New York teams all together in that stadium was ridiculous. Like all of the losses, bro. Like they say, like the stadium is haunted or something. It's cursed.
Black cat. That black cat.
A black cat?
Yes,
the black cat, bro.
The black cat appeared in I think a Dallas Cowboys Giants game, and yeah, it hasn't been the same since.
The black cat,
I only know
bro.
about the black cat like that and remember it because Stephen A. Smith used to talk about it all the time. It's that damn black cat. Every time he talks, that damn black cat. Yeah, man.
Black
Yeah.
cat.
Oh wow, 2-17 since 2019.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
It's been terrible, bro. Like they need to knock the building down.
What? That was not a flag. How you throwing it? Like how you throwing that ball? Like how you throwing that ball? There was no fake go other way. Like that defense knew what he was doing the whole time.
Yeah, man. It's now think about season ticket holders, bro. Like you got two different sets of season ticket holders upset.
I'm gonna be real with you. New York holders are not people spending money, dog. They're people played as puppets. They give them these season tickets here, come to this game, come to see this terrible team lose every week at home or whenever they play at home and just beat the benefits, man. And we'll write it off as a tax payoff and we'll act like you're a season ticket holder. I just feel that way. Like Will said earlier, probably people in Dallas, probably people in Los Angeles, like people like that. There's people that this probably just they give tickets to because it's just like we need somebody to enjoy the activity that goes on around it. I don't know.
I got a cool stat for you fellas. Shout out to the Buccaneers offensive line. who kept their backs from getting the first touch. They had 179 yards before contact in this game. That's more than most rushing. That's more than most teams rush for the whole game, and they had that before anyone made contact with the back.
And they didn't have their number one running back yesterday. So
yeah, his number one running back sucks, bro.
No, he doesn't
suck. White, you suck.
But they don't know how to, I think their problem is they didn't know how to use them, but they know how to use the other kid. They know how to use what's his name? Is it Irving?
Yeah, Irving.
Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving has been the better looking back so far this season. Every time I've watched him, and I watched. I watched with the critical eye of a fantasy owner who has Rashad White in 2 leagues, who needs him to do any fucking thing.
You hate the fucking man. Maybe every tough guard be like, yo, we ain't let him hoop for you.
It's true. That's what you get. You know what? No. That's football karma. You got a Tampa Bay Buccaneer on your team as much as you be talking. You can't do that. You can't do that.
You better stay away from the
church and state, man. You separate church and state. Fantasy and real is different, you know.
No, but you gotta play it. You gotta kind of play it real in a sense, because then you gotta think to yourself, and the devil putting bad voodoo on me because this man ain't performing. But then you gotta remember what you said about the Bucks. And I mean, anything you division you're not gonna like, that's cool. But you spit it out. You let it be known.
That's why I always try to respect Miami Dolphins players, because there's a good chance they're going to be on our team soon. That's how Bill used to do it. Whenever somebody good against the team, go out and get them. Welker killed us. Welker killed us a couple of games, and he was like, "Oh, I like that little white kid," and he was on the team the next year.
That's right.
Raiders fan was arrested yesterday for attacking a Steelers fan at the game yesterday. Steelers fan received some stitches in her eyes. The Raiders.
So it was a successful attack.
They won the fight.
It was a successful attack. That's fascinating.
Oh shit!
They always wilding out at that stadium. Seem like.
Yo, when I said successful attack, I think Siri thought I said I'm under attack because like Siri popped up.
Would you like me to call the police?
Yeah, seriously. Should I call services? No, I'm good, Siri. Nosy bitch.
But Siri couldn't do that when you fell off. How rude.
Right, off the bike. Where the fuck were you then, bitch? Like,
that's right.
When I was writhing in pain and then like next to a sand dune, a street sand dune, you asshole. That white guy turned around. He was cool.
That's great.
2020 game in New York. Bills have the ball.
Yeah, 2020. It's a pretty good game with third quarter too. So
let's get shout outs tonight, man.
Yeah, shout out because I want to go watch the rest of this game.
Shout out to the plugs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys. That happened tonight. Shout out to the Marks.
Shout out to the Marks.
Shout out to Jerry Jones. Happy belated birthday. Sorry you got your ass waxed like that. Well, happy birthday, bro.
No, we're not sorry. You deserve it because it's your fault.
It's not my fault.
No, not your fault. Jerry's. It's his fault. He deserves it.
All of
it. I'm glad his birthday was shit. I also hope he had a great business deal partner who was in there for the first time and he tried to make a deal and he blew it because they look awful. I hope.
Terrible.
Too long. Got my guys in here struggling.
My man, brother about to be like that soon, dog. Well, tune in.
Jake, got shout outs?
I don't have, but I do have one important shout out. Shout out to my mom. Happy 60th birthday. Wow, that was a tongue twister. Love you so much.
My man had a couple bruises, son, dog. You out here slurring. That shit.
What he doing is
birthday to mama, though.
Good use to me.
It's your birthday. Yes.
All right, that's all she gets.
Come on, sis. 30. It's all good.
All right.
Yeah,
man. Appreciate everybody joining us in the chat and all the comments and everything like that. Coach, you want to do the roll call?
Yeah, shout out to Applying Pressure. Ashley, you late as hell. Shout out to Patrick. Shout out to Anthony. If I forgot anybody, shout out to Bobby, man. I can't forget my guy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Real quick, shout out to them Texas Longhorns, handle your business Saturday. And shout out to them damn Duncanville Panthers. You smashed the Soto like you were supposed to. Salute.
And shout out to Ohio State. Called it.
I'm sorry about that.
Shut up,
Jake.
Nathan.
Sorry about that, Jake. All right.
We needed that loss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might be the loss that separates the contenders from the contenders.
We needed that loss. It's right up there with it was a power move by Biden to quit.
No, we needed that loss.
Same game.
No, we needed that loss.
Jake
They
Tate.
thought there was something special. They're gonna even think about it.
Quarterback play.
There we go.
Man, choke.
There we go.
As we leave this fabulous place today, man. I'm gonna end this here. This deserves to be said, so it's gonna be said tonight and all week. Cowboys fucking suck.
Yeah.
Cowboys
We go.
suck.
Cowboys suck.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.